no, I don't. No.
It was a smash hit, shot right here in the Northwest. The Hand That Rocks the Cradle. Tonight, meet the babies who took turns in that cradle. In fact, you'll meet a lot of triplets. It's a triplets convention, and we'll take you there. Then, it's off to Oregon, where dairy farmers are turning cow pies into power, manure into methane gas.
We're all quite excited about it.
Plus, forget the high-tech scoreboards. At Everett Memorial Stadium, they keep score the old-fashioned way, by hand.
It's a little bit of work, but it's mostly a lot of fun.
It's the guy who runs the living scoreboard.
Whoa, heads up. Oh.
Join your hosts, Penny Legate and Brian Tracy, tonight on Evening Magazine.
Hi, and welcome to the show. Tonight we're coming to you from Seward Park, and we're going to begin tonight with a story that comes from the northwest town of Linden, where an unusual gathering of triplets has happened.
That's right, 26 sets of them. And tonight we're going to talk with some of the more interesting people who attended this convention, including some movie star triplets.
Do you have relatives in Seattle, or?
Oh, no, I don't.
The hit movie The Hand That Rocks the Cradle was shot around the Puget Sound area, so many Northwesterners were captured on celluloid. For example, the role of the baby was actually played by local triplets, who are now 4 years old. Eric, Ashley, and Jennifer Melander are still stars of film and TV, though today they're just one of 26 sets of triplets that have converged on the KOA campgrounds in Linden, Washington. The day-long picnic affords a chance for triplet families to share experiences. Attendees also include this 79-year-old father of triplets, and there's even one family technically over the triplet limit.
Well, they said minimum admission was triplets, okay? So we got quads, so we're above.
No. More about the Smith family later, but first, a few facts regarding the phenomenon of triplets.
Mine was out of natural conception, and at that time the doctor told me it was 1 in 40,000 pregnancies.
These days, triplets are more likely to be a result of fertility drugs or in vitro fertilization, a process by which several eggs are placed in the womb at once to increase the chance of conception. As for the odds that an egg will split in 3, creating identical triplets?
Well, identical is extremely rare. Normally it's 2 identical and 1 fraternal.
Sam, Ed, and Dan are one such set. Ed in the middle is fraternal, while the other 2 are identical.
I mean, everybody asked us to we switch with our teachers, and we really didn't try that a whole lot because I didn't want him doing my tests. The main thing, I didn't trust him.
Recently, this dynamic trio turned 21 years old, and yes, they imbibed a little to celebrate. But since there's 3 of them, they could celebrate and be socially responsible.
We picked someone to drive, you know, I was going to have a designated driver. People got to know that designated driver. Come on now.
At the age of 75, Ben Blakeman became the oldest father of triplets in the country. He's now 79 and slowing down a little bit. Now, 2 years ago, we visited the Blakemans at home to discover how Ben, wife Mary Lou, and triplets Joy, Adele, and little Ben were coping.
Night. They had told me to hire a nanny. So I looked in the mirror and I said, "Hi, Nanny."
Well, I keep up with them much as I can. I'm more limited now than I was when I saw you last.
We just sold our stroller to a new triplet family about 2 weeks ago. And Ben's just started using the wheelchair to conserve energy when we go places. So we said, timing was just about right. See, he needs the wheels now.
It's now been more than 3 years since this angelic baby, cared for by a psychotic nanny, was played by triplets.
They would use whoever was in the best mood, so they would rotate the babies.
Eric, Ashley, and Jennifer are now 4, and though they'll probably only remember their first cinematic role with the aid of videotape, they're still in big demand throughout the Northwest for their telegenic talents.
They've done some commercials for the Bond. They did Rescue 911. They did that about a year and a half ago. They reenacted a drowning that happened at Redondo, and they used all 3 children for that, too.
As befitting Northwest stars, the 3 were modestly silent about their success.
Camera shy now.
Don't look at our food. We never eat at home.
You never eat at home?
No, we don't.
Look how skinny she is.
We don't have time.
She doesn't have time to eat.
20 months ago, Cheryl Smith and her husband Randy became the proud parents of quadruplets. Proud, but pooped.
We do at least 6 loads of laundry a day, and that's not including adult laundry. That's only the baby laundry. We make our own baby food. We have from the beginning. We make our own baby wipes just to cut corners and save money. I'm a big thrift shop and yard sale person.
The Smiths don't mind all the extra work, though. You see, they tried for 10 years to conceive using every method available. Their foursome came as a result of in vitro fertilization and possibly divine intervention.
They supposedly only put 3 eggs in, and we have 4 babies. So really, they're miracle. They're real miracle babies.
Now the time's come for a group photo.
And even those days that I feel like this is it, I just can't do it anymore. A stranger will walk up to me and say, "How do you do it?" You know, and I just pick myself up and say, "Oh, well, you just do what you have to do."
Now, if you'd like more information about triplets and Northwest triplet activities, call the Evening Magazine hotline.
Now, if you notice, they talked about the hand that rocks the cradle. You might not know this, but someone standing right next to me was also in that movie.
For about a nanosecond.
A nanosecond, but you were in it. You're actually in the credits at the end.
I know it. And I am even getting residuals still.
I know.
It was a great deal. Now, don't go away, because coming up next on our show, we'll talk with a Northwest hero who saved the same life twice.